What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hillary Clinton recently made a comment on regulating the social media. She said, "We lose total control if social media companies do not moderate content on their platform." It is no secret that government overreach has reached epic proportion in the United States. Elon Musk said, "If free speech is lost in America, tyranny is all that lies ahead. America will no longer be a free country." America has always been a beacon of freedom. We have heard that a lot. But what makes America the freest country in the world? One of the reasons I think why America can become the freest country in the world is because America was founded on the principle of limited government. A limited government is a political system in which the power of the government are restricted by law, typically through a constitution. The idea is rooted in Christian values. Christianity teaches that God grants people free will, allowing them to make their own decisions within a moral framework rather than having the government decide for them. And the government power must be restrained to prevent it from being too powerful and overly dominant. The idea emphasizes the individual freedom and responsibilities over government intervention. People should not be excessively controlled by human authorities. The concept of the limited government is great. However, this system can only be possible if the country's citizens felt morally obligated to God. Otherwise, it will become totally moral chaos. Nowadays, people feel less responsible to God for how they act. Everyone has their own moral frameworks. That is why causing the issues. When God authority becomes smaller and smaller and plays less part in our daily life, human authority has no doubt inevitably become bigger and bigger, which gives government more power because you can either follow God or follow human authorities. This is why we see more and more government overreach nowadays. They want to regulate the speech, they want to control guns, they want to tell people what they can do, what they can't do. They may start from a good intention, but it will lead to censorship and intrude your own rights, and eventually a tyranny lies ahead. It is worth to know that it is the people, us, who voted the politicians into the office. So politicians has to represent public opinion. So when everyone has their own moral frameworks, rather than a God's moral framework, it seems like we have more freedom, but ironically, it leads to servitude. This is one of the reasons we are living through a constitutional crisis, because we are no longer obligated to God's command, but American Constitution government is rooted in Christian values. The French political philosopher Alex de Tocqueville once mentioned in his book Democracy in America that the inhabitant of Mexico, wanting to establish federal system, took as a model and almost completely copied the federal constitution of their neighbors, America. However, it didn't work well. On one side lies the world's most powerful democratic nation. On the other side is a country plagued with poverty, backwardness, and instability. The Constitution of the United States resembles those beautiful creations of human industry that shower glory and wealth on those who invented them, but remain sterile in other hands. This can be reasoned by John Adams, the father of Constitution and the second President of the United States. In his own words, our Constitution was made only for a moral and a religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any others.
But if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm. And if the
I mean, they're allowing criminals to go free and like violent criminals to go free, but they're like spending your tax dollars to come in and execute your fucking pets. What the hell is going on?
Exactly.
And it's like,
but it's overreach.
It's government overreach, and this just keeps getting worse every year, and that's why we've got to fight back against this. You know, it's people say like, well, it's just a squirrel. Well, it was you know, in John Wick's case, it was just a dog.